It's time for honesty hour. That last video I made where I talked about men approaching women and women giving men the green light to approach them, and y'all came in with all of these excuses on why you can't approach women. Let's talk about something. You know how y'all men like to get online and you like to talk about how women like to pick a pookie, and you talk about how, women like to pass up on the nice guys. Let me explain something to you about what's really happening, since y'all want to play dumb like you don't know. One thing about a pookie, he gonna go after what he want. Regardless of whether or not the woman he going after is out of his league and he could never pull her, he still gonna try. And that's more than I can say for a lot of you so-called good guys. While y'all always sitting around and talking about somebody picking poorly, wanting bad guys, the truth of the matter is that bad guy opens up his mouth and talks. That bad guy approaches women. Meanwhile, your good self, you good little angel, you sit in the corner and won't open up your mouth, and you will sit and admire from afar and wait for somebody to come up to you. Right? And then when it don't happen that way and it don't play out that way, where the woman come up to you and ask you for your number, then you somewhere talking about somebody picks poorly and they only like bad men. No, they like men who actually open up their mouth. They like men who act like men. Men who go after what they want. Men with confidence. Not some weak boy who's sitting over in the corner and act like he too good to open up his mouth when he see a woman that he want. Half of y'all, this is why you lost your crush in high school to a pookie. Right? Because while you was somewhere in the back of that classroom sniffing her seat when she got up, Pookie was all up in her face cracking jokes, laughing, and everything else. And you sitting there in the back of the classroom mad, punching the air because you see him interacting with her and you too scared to. Right? But you think she's supposed to read your mind and she's supposed to come up to you and pursue you, even though you the one that want her. Then once Pookie make her his girlfriend, get her pregnant and everything else, now you somewhat mad at the world because your imaginary girlfriend got took from you. A girl who never even knew you was interested in her. Somehow you mad at the world because a man who actually showed her that he was interested, no matter how bad he was, no matter how horrible of a catch you think he is, he still opened up his mouth and told her that he was interested. Meanwhile, you sat somewhere acting nonchalant, acting like you didn't see her, acting like you couldn't open up your mouth. And then when you lose the opportunity that you never had because you never pursued it, now you somewhere mad at everybody. A lot of y'all need to be for real. I mean, your self-confidence is just low and you need to work on that. Whatever it is that got you with your confidence being so low, whether it be your money being funny, you feeling like it's some stuff about your looks that you need to fix, you need to go ahead and work on that because it's making you lose out on a lot of opportunities. But if you sitting around thinking that because it's 2023, all women just going to switch up all of a sudden and start shooting their shot, it's not going to happen. Right? So that's either going to leave you with one or two options. Either you're going to continue to go on those apps like a loser, or you're going to continue to keep seeing girls that you like in person and then jumping in her DM like a creep. Hey, was that you at the mall? Like you couldn't just open up your mouth when you seen at the mall and say something. Like the stuff is getting weird, right? Like be for real and act like a man. Right? I know you didn't have no father, but learn how to act like a man. Go get a mentor. Go get some big brother. Go get somebody to show you how to be able to approach women and understand it's not the end of the world when she say no. And I'm about to just drop some free game before I go. I'm going to give you a quick example of how easy it is to shoot your shot without getting turned down or getting your feelings hurt. If you at a club or you at a lounge or you somewhere and you see a group of girls and it's one of the girls in the crew that you like, all you simply have to do is go up to the table, speak to everybody, right? Give a little casual little conversation. Hey, how y'all ladies doing? Y'all having a good night? Y'all been here before? That way you talking to everybody. You seeing how everybody responding. And then the one that you interested in, maybe throw a couple more questions her way directly. And then see how she respond to it. If she seem like she got a nasty attitude and she barely wanting to answer the questions that I already let you know, don't go no further with asking her nothing else, right? And then if it go that way, you can just wrap it up like, all right, it was nice talking to y'all ladies. You have a good night. You didn't holler at nobody. You felt out the situation, and when it didn't vibe right, you walked off and left it alone. But if she is responding and she is seeming bubbly and fun and happy and she giving you the vibes, then you can go on to ask her more and maybe lead into asking her for her number. But it's really not that technical and hard as y'all try to make it seem. Like you be overthinking the situation. It's women in my comment section verifying that if they give you the look and they done looked at you multiple times and smiled at you, it's a green light to come over and speak to them. You got to stop being so scary. You lose every shot that you never shot.